This is Celebration TV.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikule Amosu.
Welcome to Celebration Television News Desk. My name is Akosile Nicholas Walter. Here are the news making the headlines. FCT begins second phase of polio vaccination. Guineans divided over fate of deposed President Alpha Condé. Biden to address UN General Assembly for first time as president. Non-oil exports. Federal government suffers 5.8 trillion naira revenue shortfall. Man United versus Young Boys. Solskjaer aims to win Champions League. Do stay with us as we bring you details of the news after this short break. Don't go anywhere. You're welcome back. Many thanks for staying with us on our news desk. Here are the news in details. The Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, Dr. Ramatu Aliyu, has flagged off the second round of polio vaccination in the territory. She said the exercise was part of the administration's response to contain polio virus in the nation's capital, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. According to a statement on Monday by her special advisor on media, Austin Elemwe, the minister performed the exercise at the Area 2 Primary Health Care Center, Gariki, Abuja, and vaccinated 2 newborn babies as the chief vaccinator. She urged mothers to take the vaccination seriously and ensure proper hygiene. The minister assured stakeholders that the FCT would participate in the October national immunization, plus days when under 5 children in the FCT and the 36 states of the Federation would have another opportunity to be vaccinated with the potent novel oral polio vaccine. In his remarks, the acting secretary of FCT Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Iwot Ndayo, said the first round was conducted in the 5 area councils of Abuja Municipal, Buari, Kuje, and Kwali last month, August 2021, and all are due for the second round in September. Moving forward quickly, NAD wants Buhari to lead talks and Falana heads legal team. Striking members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have called on President Muhammadu Buhari to involve them in subsequent meetings with the Nigerian Medical Association. This was as the association added that human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, will be leading the NED legal team to the National Industrial Court tomorrow. The association's vice president, Adejo Arome, disclosed these in an interview. Reports had it that the NMA, barely 48 hours after meeting with the president, met with the leadership of NAD and called on the association to call off its ongoing strike. The leaders of NAD were also said to have also remained adamant, maintaining that they would not call off the strike and were ready to meet the federal government in court. Quickly, in another development, Nigeria now a graveyard, says Southwest PDP. The People's Democratic Party in the Southwest called on President Muhammadu Buhari to resign from office following alleged inability to stem the tide of killings across the country. The Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party in the region, Sanya Atofarati, lamented that the killers were now turning the heat on the military and security agencies, leaving citizens helpless and hopeless. He advised the federal government to seek foreign help on insecurity in the interest of peace and socio-economic development of the country. He said it is grossly incompetent on the part of the Buhari-led All Progressives Congress federal government that Nigeria has become a graveyard. Ato Farati spoke in reaction to recent attacks by bandits and gunmen on military formations, police stations, and personnel. He said between 2015 and now, more than 20,000 Nigerians have lost their lives to the inability of government to protect lives and properties of her citizens, ranging from jihadist Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, to bandits, force/highway kidnappers, to military and police. And quickly coming from around Africa, Guineans divided over fate of deposed President Alpha Condé. The family of the deposed Guinean leader Alpha Condé has confirmed that the former president is fine and doing well, though tired. His family and party members are now calling for his immediate release, citing the coup as being unconstitutional. On the other hand, some Guineans are calling for justice to prevail and are now pushing for the former leader to be prosecuted. Guinea's ruling junta is facing a tough choice, keeping ousted President Alpha Condé detained, ignoring international demands for clemency, or free a powerful leader who could seek revenge. A recent military push ended Condé's rule in the West Africa country, coming after months of detention over his decision to seek a third presidential term last year. Special forces led by Lieutenant Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya rebelled on September 5th, assaulting the presidential palace and capturing 83-year-old Condé. They quickly dissolved the government and installed a military junta, citing rights abuses under Condé. But the coup sparked broad diplomatic outrage and led to calls for Condé's immediate release, including from the United Nations, the African Union, and the West African bloc, ECOWAS. Guinea's ruling military has promised to keep the former leader safe, but their plans for Condé are unclear. The ex-president's political opponents appear to want him to stay under lock and key, wary of his fierce reputation and close links to some African leaders. And still coming from around Africa, Congo volcano victims still homeless months after disaster. The victims of Mount Congo were still homeless almost 5 months since the volcano erupted, destroying their homes and crops fields. They had found shelter in a school but have been evicted ahead of the start of a new term. And the families, which number about 160, have now set up makeshift tents in the backyard of Kiso Coal Market in the Kasika district of Goma, capital of North Kivu province. Eastern Congo's wet season has begun, and the tents offer little protection from the rain or waterborne diseases. The Goma city government's pledge to find alternative housing for the displaced has not been fulfilled. The authorities have been accused of botching their responses to the disaster. Mount Congo went on rampage in May without warning, sending hundreds of thousands scampering for safety. It was later revealed that scientists working in the volcano's observatory had stopped operations due to lack of funds. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you updates from the United States of America. Do well to stay with us. We'll be right back.
What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet.
You're welcome back and thanks for joining us. Now updates from the United States of America. Biden to address UN General Assembly for the first time as president. President Joe Biden will address the United Nations General Assembly in New York next week for the first time as U.S. president. The White House said that Biden will travel to New York on Tuesday next week to speak at the Assembly's general debate. Republican Donald Trump's Biden's predecessor was a harsh critic of the United Nations and advocated the U.S. increasingly. Biden, on the other hand, has relied increasingly on multilateralism and working together with other countries. And the Democrat has been in office since January 20th. And leaders from more than 80 countries are expected to speak in person in New York, in contrast to 2020, when the General Assembly was largely conducted in a visual format. The coronavirus pandemic, including the issues of vaccinations and climate change, are among the key topics expected to be discussed at this year's General Assembly. And more updates coming from the United Kingdom. Booster jabs for over 50s expected to be announced. A UK-wide program of booster jabs to help prevent COVID will be confirmed later. Ministers are expected to announce jabs for over 50s as part of their COVID winter plan after advice from the Independent Vaccine Panel, the JCVI. Political editor Laura Gisberg has said the booster would be a single dose of the Pfizer vaccine at least 6 months after a second dose. The NHS began preparing for the booster program in July, but the government has been waiting for recommendations from the JVCI on who should receive the extra doses before announcing more details. The booster program will be similar to the interim proposals published by the vaccine experts in June, which suggests that jabs should go to over 70s and those most at risk first before expanding to all adults aged over 50. On Monday, the government confirmed all children aged 12 to 15 in England will be offered one dose of the Pfizer jab, with invitations going out from next week. It follows advice from the UK's chief medical officers, who says the jab will help reduce disruptions to education. A rollout is yet to be confirmed in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Now we'll go straight to business news. Non-oil exports. Federal government suffers 5.8 trillion naira revenue shortfall. Within a 3-year period covering December 2017 to December 2020, Nigeria generated a total sum of 6.5 trillion naira from non-oil exports, data from the National Bureau of Statistics have shown. This sum is 5.8 trillion naira lower than its 12.3 trillion naira, which is equivalent $30 billion target set by the federal government under its zero oil plan. In the fourth quarter 2016, the Nigerian Promotion Council conceived the Zero Oil Plan, a core component of the federal government's economic recovery and growth plan to increase the contribution of non-oil exports to Nigeria's gross domestic products by 20%. Among other things, the report disclosed that the plan was expected to grow non-oil foreign exchange to $30 billion by 2020. The $30 billion was to be generated from 11 strategic export products such as petrochemicals, palm oil, cocoa, soybeans, rubber with high financial value to replace oil. The $30 billion target, when converted in naira using current official exchange rate of 411 naira per dollar, is equals 12.3 trillion naira. And still on business news, VAT judgment, FIRS may lose 92 billion naira revenue to state. The Federal Inland Revenue Service will lose about 92 billion naira, which is expected to earn as cost of collection if the judgment of a federal high court asking state government to collect value-added tax in their domain is upheld by the appeal court. The law setting up the FIRS allows the agency to a percentage as determined by the National Assembly as a cost of revenue collection from non-oil taxes before remitting same into the Federation account. A report on FIRS officials' website revealed that the service collects 4% as cost of collection for non-oil revenue collected. The FIRS is one of the agencies of a government that generates revenue for sharing by the 3 tiers of government. Others are the Nigeria Customs Service and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. The highest source of revenue for the FIRS is petrol tax, followed by VAT. Others include stamp duty, company income tax. According to documents obtained from the Budget Office, the FIRS received an estimate of 112 billion naira and 121 billion naira as cost of revenue collected in 2019 and 2020 respectively. With a projected VAT pool of 1.3 trillion naira in 2021, the FIRS is expected to earn 68 billion naira in the 2021 fiscal period based on the cost of collection rule. We'll go on a short break. We'll come back, we'll bring you sports news. Please do not go anywhere. I'm sure you will really want to hear this on sports. Stay with us.
What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet.
You're welcome, Sports News. And now on Sports, Man United versus Young Boys. Soldier aims to win Champions League. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said Manchester United must have the ambition to win the Champions League after securing the return of Cristiano Ronaldo. A United who began their European campaign away to Young Boys in Switzerland today have won the biggest prize in European club football in 2008 when Ronaldo scored in the final against Chelsea during his first spell with the Red Devils. Since his departure to Real Madrid in 2009, United have only reached the quarterfinals twice as their fortunes faded following Alex Ferguson's retirement as manager. However, Ronaldo's return added to a squad already packed with star quality that Solskjaer believes is now ready to compete with the best in Europe. Quickly, in another sports news, Pinnick hails Adebutu as NFF Premier Lotto seal 4-year deal. The Nigerian Football Federation and Premier Lotto Limited, popularly known as Baba Ijebu, sealed a 4-year partnership deal that made the gaming company the official gaming partner of the national teams. A delighted NFF president and FIFA council member, Amaju Pinnick, heaped plaudits on Chief Kesintin Adebutu, saying the generosity and philanthropy of the founder and CEO of Premier Lotto Limited was renowned globally. Adebutu said Premier Lotto felt a sense of fulfillment in finally having a relationship with the NFF and the national teams, and praised the work that Pinnick and his board had been doing to grow Nigerian football despite the challenging times. And that has brought us to the end of the news on Celebration Television News Desk. In case you missed out, here are the news headlines recap. FCT begins second phase of polio vaccination. Guineans divided over fate of deposed President Alpha Condé. Biden to address UN General Assembly for the first time as president. Non-oil exports, federal government suffers 5.8 trillion naira revenue shortfall. And on sports, Man United versus Young Boys, Solskjaer aims to win Champions League. And quickly, we have a photo of the day. We have photo of the day. Can you see that photo? Someone standing lifting hands and the other running excitedly. What does that depict? It simply means arriving the finish line is success, but being outstanding is going the extra mile. You can drop your comment on our social media platforms, on Facebook, Celebration TV, Instagram, My Celebration TV, tweet at us at My Celebration TV, and on YouTube, Celebration TV. Always remember that your positive contribution to the wellness of the society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership mind. As an individual who knows what to do and do without expecting to be pushed has backed these ways to success. Be it known today that everything we do, think, feel, and believe either has a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. Be a part of nation building today. Thank you once again for staying with us on our news desk. I remain Nicholas Akosile Walter. Have a great day ahead. To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikule Amosu.